Last week on Knights of the Rolled Table.
Oh, the seed of life has returned with you, I see. So, Cavan, your bargain has been completed. All of a sudden, out of his mouth comes a little mote of light. You didn't want this man's soul back, did you? Perhaps a contest would be in order.
We've completed your challenge successfully.
And the dark, shadowy figures from the back that you noticed earlier step forward, and it is a whole bunch of those were creatures. And you turn to the center, and there is Sora. I'll be having my husband back now. And in her fist is Sontag's neck. And so you all go through the portal. Steve, as you reach down for the cloak, a big, thick, gooey strip of webbing shot out and grabbed you and yanked you back into Lady Aranye's clutches.
Gross!
So, Gravely and Maya and Coach have been hanging out for a while in the time of respite. It's probably been a couple of weeks. You have gotten comfortable there. Sora has been recovering nicely from her illness, and the McIntyre family has put in a good word in the town for all of you, so they take care of you. You've been made comfortable, and you've been training. Each of you have gained a level in D&D terms, so everybody's level 4 now. You've been training and kind of spending some time thinking about how you might be able to find Steve that was not able to return with you from the Feywild. Steve, double X Bloody Heart Jablonski. Hope he's doing well.
XX Bloody Heart.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, XX so Bloody much.
Heart. And something you've heard about in rumors is in the forest, somewhere to the north, a portal that the rumors say creatures, they're kind of vague. You hear different stories, but it's enough to think that maybe this portal up there, there's rumors of fairies coming through the portal and monsters and other things you're just tracing back to. That kind of sounds like what we saw over there. So maybe if we found that portal, that could be a way to get back there and maybe bring Steve back. So you've been spending days just journeying out, about a day's journey, kind of looking and poking around in that territory towards the north, looking for this portal. But so far, you have not been able to find it, and you're starting to wonder if it's actually there or if it might be magically hidden. You haven't had a lot of success other than getting to know the forest up there increasingly well. And on this day, you have journeyed up again, and you come across in the forest, off of the path, because you've journeyed off of the path fairly regularly at this point, and you hear a battle happening. You hear someone, like a humanoid, making the sounds of battle, but you hear another noise along the lines of, ooh, ooh, ooh. And what do you do?
Everybody heard that, right? That was it like a bear?
I don't know. I think someone might be in trouble. We should probably go take a look.
Oh, we might be in trouble if we take a look.
But if someone is hurting and we are not helping them, then we are just as terrible as whatever it is that is attacking them.
Maybe they're strong.
Ooh. Maybe they're
sounds
trying
like a very strong
to
voice.
do their business, so to speak. I mean, it does take a little bit of exertion.
Yeah, and if that's the case, we'll let you help them out, alrighty?
I don't want to help them. They can push on their own.
Gravely, if you are having that much trouble when you are doing your
No, I'm not.
business,
I don't have trouble.
I think we
I
should
eat a lot of
reevaluate
vegetables.
our diet over here. Maybe you've had too many vegetables.
Do I recognize the sound as a creature that we might have come across? Or?
Roll nature.
And Gravely, I could give you a couple diets, things to help your system out a little bit.
I'm fine. 19.
Oh, that's good. Okay, yeah, it's an owlbear. So it is bear-like. This is such a D&D creature. It's a big bear body, the size of a bear with the head of an owl. Because the other way around, it's not. It's a lot more intimidating if it has the head of a bear and the body of an owl.
That'd be cool, though.
So.
I think I know what it is. Follow me.
Wait, we're going toward it now? Is that
Yes,
the
we are
case?
going. Come, coach.
Gravely runs ahead.
So you break into a clearing where a battle is going on between this owlbear and a person. She is a tiefling wearing leather armor. She is, we said, like twilight purple with dark hair and long curly horns. She's battling this owlbear. And what do you do? Probably
Whoa.
She's an initiative. So if you guys are going to jump in on that,
I will
everybody
yell
roll
out,
initiative.
Do you need assistance, purple one? I'll take that as a
I
yes.
think that is a yes.
So in the initiative, it's going to be the tiefling first. What does she do?
I have my daggers in both hands, and I swipe for his neck.
All right, so roll an attack.
So 13.
So the tiefling swipes with her short sword and grazes the skin of the owlbear for a hit. What damage does she do?
Well,
We're
there's a 4.
we're off to a slow start.
4 plus 4. 8.
Roll another d6 because she is a rogue and she has sneak attack.
Oh, yeah. 2. 2 plus 4.
And roll another d6 because she probably already cast Hex.
Yeah,
because
she
she's
definitely
also a
did.
little bit warlock.
3. 7.
All right,
You're a
so
little bit warlock. I'm a little bit.
13 total.
13 total damage from her strike, and Maya is up.
My lady, are you okay? Are you the one that we should be helping right now?
Yeah, no, I got this. But if you want to help for your own sake, that would be great.
Well, she sounds very nice. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cast Witch Bolt at my new friend. So let's see how that goes. Woo. And that's a 15 plus my 5, so that's a 20 to hit.
All right, good. What does a witch bolt look like, you think?
So it's a big old beam. It's basically like Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah.
Like it's
exactly right.
I'm Emperor Palpatine right now. So a beam of blue energy, and it is a sustained arc of lightning between me and the target.
All right, so Emperor Palpatine with a flowery drum casts an arc of lightning across the forest clearing into this owlbear, and it strikes and shocks all over it. How much damage does that do?
So it's a D12. Boop. 10 damage.
Alrighty, Gravely is up.
I'm going to shoot it with my longbow.
Do it.
Please stop hurting the purple lady. That is 16 to hit.
Hit.
All right. I rolled a 1 plus 5.
So your arrow sails across the clearing and also right alongside the lightning, pierces into its hide, which seems thick but still injured by the arrow, and that brings us to the owlbear, who will charge up and attempt to attack this tiefling again. And it is successful on its hit, so it attempts to beak 2 attacks, one with its beak and one with its claws. So slash into her with its beak, and it is successful. And so
Since it's being electrocuted, that means that its beak is probably like lit up. Would you call that a beacon?
Oh,
You're getting the beacon.
I would.
stretching
Getting
for
the
that.
beacon.
It slashes
Grizzly is
into
not
her
amused.
with its beacon and does a 13 damage. So you see her gashed in her from her shoulder
damage?
13
down.
damage?
13 damage.
Wait, what if I only have 12 constitution?
Well, so that's
No,
okay.
it's your hit
That's
points.
not your HP. Your HP is around 20 something, 27,
Thank God, I thought I
think.
was dead.
and you
That
die.
you. Thanks for coming.
Hey, thanks for
Appreciate
the pizza.
But you know what? It's not done. It also has claws. It's going to attack her again with its claws. And its claws also strike her.
We just bring friends here so that we can beat the crap out of them.
Jess is into it.
Usually have to pay for this sort of thing.
So its claws also a slash across her body from the opposite direction the beak did and do another 10 damage, which she looks very, very injured by. But now it's Coach's turn.
Well, before any kind of physical exertion, it's very important to warm up. Coach has been stretching the entire time. He's just been, making sure that his legs are nice and stretched out, and he's been doing those little lunges back and forth. He's going to grab both warhammers. Now he can strike with both of them. He's going to go, "Huh!" And he's going to burst into a rage.
Alrighty.
Because he does not like owlbears. He had something just terrible against them. He's going to strike with his warhammer. Attack number 1. That's a 2 plus 6. That's an 8.
That's a miss.
I'm going to...
All that preparation.
All that prep just
I'm
so
still
glad
too
you
tight.
stretched just to pull a hammy. You're too loose.
Too loose, coach. That's 14. 14 to hit.
14 does hit with the hammer.
And 5 plus 5. So 5, and then I plus 2 because I'm raging, so 7 damage. So I smash it with my warhammer, my offhand.
All right, you guys have already done a lot of damage to it, but it still looks formidable and very angry. And we're back to Lyra. If we haven't mentioned that earlier, it's Lyra, who none of these party members recognize at all. Lyra, your turn.
Oh, okay. I got this, you stupid owlbear. I'm really pissed off that he hit me, so I'm going to just explode him into fire.
Oh, you can do that. In fact, she would have actually done that earlier. So when its claws raked across her, which means you're going to get another turn on top of this. But she looks absolutely enraged by that, as injured as she has, and her eyes and her horns light up actually a little bit with fire, and it just bursts into flames because she knows the spell Hellish Rebuke.
Is there a save on that?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, okay.
I gotta find it.
Dice facts.
But her horns are still on fire, even if the owlbear isn't. She points her finger at the creature that damaged her, and the creature will make a dexterity saving roll. Bring it, owlbear. It didn't save. It only got an 8. Her spell save is higher than that. So it's gonna
Who's on fire now?
I hope you like your chicken wings hot.
nice. Wow, it did really well. I rolled an 8 and a 9, so 17 points of fire damage.
Yes.
Absolutely cook. There's a weird singe of like both fur and feathers are burning, which is an odd combination of
I'll
sort
be
of like
seeing
fried
you.
chicken and yeah.
In hell.
So it looks much worse after that, and then it's still Lyra's turn to actually take a turn.
All right, you stupid fried chicken bear. I pull out my short sword again, and I aim directly for the heart.
Get your rolled chicken bear.
5 plus 4, that is 9.
Miss.
Okay. Did good with the fire, missed on that one, still cruising along.
Do you want to use your other short sword attack?
Yes, I'm going to use my other short sword.
All right.
Not a D20.
That is not a D20. I would
Oh, we
re-roll.
definitely didn't roll a D20 last time either, too.
D6. Yes, D20 the first attack again.
Oh, and that's for the damage.
Yeah, that one's for damage.
All right, still cruising, still doing great.
All right,
Good
first
job.
attack, rolling attack.
9.
Plus
6?
6 will be a
15.
hit. All right.
Yay.
So with your hex and your sneak attack and your regular hit, you're going to roll a d6 3 times and add, I think, 4.
I'm really glad you guys came along. 15.
14. 15 damage. So she strikes hard and cuts deeply with her short sword, and the owlbear collapses in front of her. She looks almost as damaged as the owlbear. She's still on her feet, but the owlbear is not. The threat is away, and you guys are in this forest clearing with this new person.
Hello, new friend.
Would you like to be healed?
Oh, God, yes, please. That would be really nice. I feel like I'm just...
Is anyone able to heal him?
Maya, don't you have that staff that?
Oh,
maybe
that's
heals-
right. But you just have to ask very nicely.
I know we haven't really used it in a while.
Could you please save my life?
I would.
Well, are you dead?
Well, I feel like I'm 4 points away from being dead.
I suppose that's
point.
awful close.
Maya's going to ask the staff very nicely to heal Lyra. Mr. Staff, will you please heal? And she points it out from her body with both hands.
So over the weeks, Maya has developed a rapport with the staff.
Mr.
And
Staff.
kind of has a deal with it.
It's named Mr. Staff.
Well,
Every time Grayley just shakes his head.
She doesn't know its first name. That's just its last name, Staff.
Please,
Insulting
Mr.
staffs
Staff's my
everywhere.
father.
They have a
I mean,
relationship.
I realize that it was probably forward of me to assume that the staff had a gender, but it just was easier for me.
No, man, woman, wood, I don't care what kind of staff it is. If it can help me out, I would appreciate it.
What are you doing out here?
So the Cure Wounds, by the way, does get cast by the staff, and she recovers 13 hit points. But you've been walking through the forest, and there's no reason not to take a little short rest so she can recover a little bit more while you guys connect and clean up and discuss.
I was collecting berries.
Oh, I love collecting berries. What kind?
Black, mostly. A few straw, a couple of raz.
Hold on. Do you bake? Is this like did we find a baker?
I love a good patisserie.
Oh, I used to bake until my sister, she had a bad baking accident and never touched an oven again. So,
Ah, tragique.
yeah. Well, what are you guys doing out here? Are you looking for anything?
Well,
No. Yes.
good job, coach.
Well, I'm always looking for people who are willing to do a little bit of work, and it seems like you're pretty capable.
Oh, thank you.
So we should probably take a moment for each of you to describe to Jessica what she's looking at when she meets you guys.
So Maya is a half-elf warlock, very pale skin. She has dark hair kind of in like a shaggy bob, and she wears a bright yellow coat and big boots she kind of just swims in this coat and flops around, and she has a flower drum that exists. She kind of
Reasons.
she kind of walks despite herself. It's amazing that she's not constantly falling down because she's just kind of all over the place.
So cute.
Yeah.
Gravely is a short, halfling-size orc. He's an orcling. He's a hybrid. He is kind of forest green in color with brown hair, kind of curly brown halfling hair. And he has a long bow that's bigger than him. And two little tusks sticking up from him.
Baby tusk.
So cute.
Got tiny little baby tusk.
Coach is a he's a stout dwarf. He's pretty ripped.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
He's middle aged. So he's got some kind of salt and pepper kind of look going on. Very, very full beard. Very nicely braided. You can tell that he takes very good care of himself. He definitely treats his body like a temple. And he wears kind of almost a American football-ish outfit with spikes on it. And then he's got two giant war hammers that he kind of straps on his back. And then he's got short little gym shorts that he wears. They weren't always short gym shorts, but that was Maya's doing over there. So,
I mean, when you've got it, you flaunt it.
and he does like the look of his very well-toned legs, so it's fine.
He never skips calf day.
Calf day, one day just on my calves.
I guess they call it leg day.
Just the calves.
Depends how much you like
just
your
my
calves.
right calf. Yeah, just one calf per day.
It's a 14-day cycle before he gets through
Every
his
muscle
whole.
group, just individually.
Wait till I have thumb day, man. Trigger finger is going to be...
Got horn day.
I grapple him with my digit. Not
So
that.
that's what they look like. Continue the discussion.
And what is your name?
Lyra.
Lyra.
That is a lovely name.
It's very pretty.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Well, this is Coach and Maya, and my name's Gravely. Gravely.
Well, I must thank you all again for helping me out. I must say usually I'm an animal lover, but this owlbear came out of nowhere. He was just so aggressive, owlbears these days.
Would we have any insight as to whether or not bears that are owls are typically aggressive innately?
Yeah, they're pretty mean.
Fair.
Even meaner than like regular angry bears.
Oh, well.
I feel like they probably get made fun of by
By the
actual
regular
bears for the whole owl situation, and probably owls too. And so I think they like move around with a lot of angst based on that in the animal community.
XX Bloody Heart.
Are you based at a camp, or would you like to come back to the town that we're staying at?
Oh, I would love that. Thank you so much. I've been in respite for a while, but I've been on my own and it gets lonely.
Can I tell if she's telling the truth?
You can roll insight.
16.
With a 16, that's a pretty good insight roll. She knows that Respite is a town, and she's probably been there, but certainly with you having hung out at the town and the way she said it, she probably was not in Respite recently, like you probably would have. At some point, come across her. Just the fact that you have definitely not come across her, combined with the way she just said that, leads you to think that she probably actually hasn't been there recently.
Okay. Oh, good.
Coach is just kind of keeping an eye out.
Well, if you'd like to come back and...
Do you want to be my best friend?
I've wanted nothing more.
Lovely.
While we talk, Lyra goes over to the owlbear and starts looking for anything of value that might still be on the owlbear.
While she does that, Maya starts just literally just monologuing her whole life story to Lyra.
So it's a creature. It doesn't have like golden claws or anything. It's probably our owlbear pelts are worth something, but I don't know that you really have time to skin it or roll it up or take its claws
We
or
could certainly
beak or
try.
you could probably cut some bits and pieces out of it if you thought those had some value, but there's no like treasure or anything on it.
Lyra plucks a few feathers from its face and wraps her hair up in a bun and sticks the feathers through like little chopsticks to hold it up.
Oh, cute.
Bloody feathers.
Yeah,
real
it gives
adorable.
an amazing look of both horror and adorableness. Clearly, she's done that move before.
And that was the first time I ever had butter.
Wow. Maya, what a life you've lived.
Please don't egg her on.
Oh,
Eggs! I was much
Okay,
older
no.
for those.
You seem quite adept with a sword. Have you trained nearby or with other people?
Oh, when one grows up as one does, one gets sufficient with the few pointy objects.
Where does one grow up? As one does.
Pardon?
Where does one grow up?
You? Where did you grow?
You, one.
Who, Maya?
You.
You what?
You as in Lyra.
I'm very confused. Who's talking to who right now?
Oh my goodness, I
We're
think we all
talking to
deserve
each
a
other.
pint.
I love it. Let's go have a drink.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea.
Wonderful.
So it's midday-ish probably. It's
Perfect time for a drink.
Midday. Zach, don't drink shame me.
I mean, if you brought pints, that's fine. But right now,
Fantasy tavern.
you left in the morning from the town, and you've walked up into the wilderness looking for this portal.
I feel like Maya would always have a bottle of wine on her person.
I totally will endorse that if you want some
It's
wine.
drum wine.
Yes.
It's just always
drum
in
is
there.
worse.
It's just
Well,
always in
as
the...
we're walking,
So I think during your short rest, then you might have offered some wine and things, but you sort of wrap that up, and you have to figure out if you're going to continue to search or just head back. Or
so as we finish our rest, I'll ask. Say, Lyra, have you seen a glowing, swirling mass of maybe light or dust or something that looks like, oh, that's a mirror, but there's sort of lights around it?
Should I roll to see if I know anything about it? Or should I just go?
yeah, you don't know anything about that. You did see something strange on the way
Okay.
on your travels today.
Okay. Glowing dust portal. It's not ringing any bells, but
No, it doesn't have bells. It's just a potter.
pardon.
Yes.
I did see something that was kind of interesting earlier today.
Oh, intrigue. Please do tell.
Well, I was walking earlier and I started hearing these sounds. It was these drums, and then the smoke was wafting up in the sky. Very hard to see because it was still daylight, but I can tell you the smell of smoke anywhere. Extraordinary sense of smell. There's a camp not too far from here, a war camp. I think.
Wait. Okay. War camp. Great. That's not really what we're looking for, but
No, I think that is probably something we should be trying to avoid.
It looks heavily guarded, which means they probably have something good.
whoa.
Right, well, I mean,
But it is-
again, not what we're looking for, quite. We're looking for more of a swirly portal thing.
Well, maybe they know where the portal is.
Oh, that's a good point.
Oh, we could go ask.
if they have scouts.
They might have
Hey.
large people that could work for
Yes,
you.
let's go to the war camp full of the burly people that can work. Yes, let's go there to the place.
All you saw was smoke. You didn't see who was at the camp.
I couldn't see. I saw several fires. It was a fairly large camp.
Were
Lots
there-
of men, big calves.
Oh,
Oh, you saw the men.
From a distance.
Did they look human?
I really don't care. I'm not really partial, but they say where there's smoke, there's calves. So let's.
So Lyra communicates to you that she saw the camp. It was still dark out when she saw it,
yeah, it
which
was
is why she could tell there was fires and got close enough to kind of see that it was a large collection of people, that it looked like a war camp, that it was guarded, but she couldn't make out really what the inhabitants looked like, and she didn't on her own just sort of like walk up and say hello, but that's
that
what she
is a
was able to
shame.
communicate to you.
It is fine. I will go and say hello.
Well, I mean, what do you all think? Is it something that we should check out?
Did you not hear big calves?
All right.
It sounds like there is a lot of people there who are just waiting to become my friends.
Tell you what, if you can take us where you saw that smoke, then maybe we'll get a little bit of a closer look. I can probably stealth closer.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Are you a stealthy one?
I've been known to hide in some shadows.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, good.
Gravely smiles.
So she leads you a little bit farther north, and before too long, also we'll consider in that short rest that Lyra was able to heal completely. Just count that. So for all intensive purposes, intense and purposes, intensive
Intense
persons,
and purposes,
yeah, right.
yes.
That's what I thought.
That's also
I don't know why
very
I changed that.
intensive purpose.
It is here
As
for
they all
all
should
the
be.
intents of your intensive purposes. Everybody's fully restored spell slots and HP right now.
Sweet.
And so you eventually make your way up into this camp. Well, so how do you want to approach this camp? Because you get to where she says, like, it's right over this hill.
Once I see the smoke,
You're only seeing smoke, and actually, so I mean, Gravely would be able to kind of read smoke for what's making it. It doesn't look like there's like raging fires over there. It's daylight now, so you can see kind of like a haziness, like those fires are not currently lit.
okay. Well, I could maybe try to scout ahead, or we could if you want to come with.
Are
or-
you sure you do not want me to just go and introduce myself?
Well, we want to make sure the intentions are friendly, and also if they're not.
But
then-
I would be friendly.
Yes, but remember how that went with some of the previous inhabitants of the.
It was fun. We found out they were not friendly and then we killed them.
Yeah, it's actually kind of how it went down, isn't it?
I like you guys. Why don't we search ahead, Gravely?
I like that plan. And we'll be right back.
Okay,
So I just wait here?
Yeah, talk to Coach. Paint him.
Hey, Maya, I did find another muscle. It's underneath my elbow. They call it a funny muscle.
And we start walking away.
so
It's transfixed.
Gravely and Lyra roll stealth.
I'm going to sketch you while we're waiting.
Just different poses.
Pencil sketch, charcoal. What's our medium?
Oh,
What are you working with?
Charcoal,
Mhm,
obviously.
charcoal sketch.
We're not peons.
Yeah.
And she keeps trying to get you to let her draw you in the nude, but
Just with
16?
the shorts and the armor right now.
15.
16 and 13?
15.
15.
15. Oh, okay. So good, healthy, collaborative stealth rolls. So they stealth forward, and what you see is a fairly large camp. You can't really see into it because there's sort of like a crude, from the direction you're coming, you can tell that's like there's sort of a crude fence built along it, and there's a main gate, and you see two what look like orcs guarding that gate.
Orcs. I hate orcs.
Hey,
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
I'm partly orc.
No. I'm sorry.
What do you mean you hate orcs?
No. I hate forks.
I mean, well, actually, I'm part half orc, so I'm more like a quarter orc. But
You're so good looking. I don't know if anyone. No, seriously. Do Coach and Maya even tell you how good looking you are?
well, generally not. I mean,
Oh, they are missing
they're much better
out.
looking than I am.
Oh, pish posh! Don't say that.
Well, you're very nice, but it's not my strongest quality.
Lyra turns away and runs her hand over her forehead.
We should probably head back.
Well, since you're half orc, do you think you could talk to them?
I generally don't get along with full orcs that well either. I mean, I could talk to them, but they look down on me, literally and literally.
True. Okay.
I do speak orcish, but that's about all I can offer.
All right, let's go get the others.
All right, so you continue your stealth roll, and you get back, and Maya is just wrapping up a charcoal sketch of Coach. It's a little bit all over the place because he didn't hold still very well. He kept flexing in different positions.
It's like trying to chase it, like, that's over here.
You all get back to the camp and you just hear deltoid, trapezoid, hamstrings, gastrocnemius.
Maya starts drumming along to it.
And that's the way hi, welcome. Yep. Hi.
We have come up with a wonderful new performance. We will debut it for you another time.
Yeah, she says I'm really good.
He's very
along.
good.
Fantastic. Well, we saw a camp of orcs.
It looked big. I think they're guarding something.
Perhaps.
How big?
Well, they're a lot bigger than we are.
Oh, yes. Well, do you think that they're friendly? We can go talk to them?
They're definitely military in some fashion. They seem like
Oh,
they
I
have.
hate the military.
They seem like they have sentries guarding the gates, and we didn't see much past that.
It was actually something you would have noticed is the camp really wasn't making the noise you would expect a full war camp to make. Like it was the size to hold a force of, I don't know, maybe 100 or so, but like you weren't hearing lots of rustling or clanging or anything. You probably would have picked up on those noises. So you noted that kind of silence.
It didn't look like everyone was home, so to speak, but maybe they're out on patrol or fighting some war.
You know what? I've been waiting for this moment. It is time for me to stage my anti-war protest.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
I'm going in, and Maya's going to take her drum. She strips down.
No.
What? Oh no.
to her undergarments.
Undergarments, of course. You know, this is a PG-13 show. She's like, I want them to see that we are all made out of the same things. We all bleed blood.
This could be a good distraction. We'll send Maya in the front door. Gravely, you and I can go around the back. And Coach, you have a very important role to play.
I can do my thing.
There you go.
What's your thing?
I have.
Well, maybe if something happens to Maya, you can spring out of the bushes and say, "Let's go," or you can start hitting them or something.
Oh, hitting them, yes. Hitting them, yes. I
Or you
like
can start
that
recruiting
plan.
them.
That's great. Yep, Gotta hit them.
All right. Maya.
We'll go
So
with that
Maya,
plan.
in protest mode, in peaceful protest mode,
Is going to
walk up the hill and into the clearing
walk
where
up
the
the
war
hill.
camp is.
I am going to go ahead and ready a couple stones. Just real quick, my little magic stone
Magic
cantrip.
stone,
So
okay.
they're all ready to go if I need them, if I need to throw a few stones. And she's got a flower crown on, and her bra, and her underwear, and her drum.
Hello, Knights of the Road Table. Just a few quick show notes for you before we get back to the episode. We wanted to read and say thank you to a 5-star review from M. Buse King, who wrote, "Let the good times roll. I was in search of a new D&D podcast while my favorite show takes a break, and I wasn't disappointed. Fun characters and great role play by all the players and DM. Just hit subscribe already. Yes, please." This is me now, not M. Buse King. Thank you, M. Buse King. Yes, definitely. If you could help us out, out, hit subscribe, rate and review. We greatly appreciate it. And also something new, a request of all of you out there. If you would like to send us a question, whether about the podcast or just about D&D in general, how to play or how to DM, we would love to interact that way and support people out there in getting involved. We've had a lot of great feedback recently about people listening and getting into wanting to play D&D, families listening together, and kids getting excited to play. So we'd love to help out in any way we can. So go ahead and send us a question however you like. You could tweet it at Rolled Table. You could send us a note on Instagram at Knights of the Rolled Table Podcast, where Chris Daly has been posting new art for each episode. Definitely check that out and subscribe to that. And you can also email us at knightsoftherolledtable@gmail.com, I believe is our email address, if you don't want to submit that question publicly. But whatever it is, we'd love to start answering one or two questions in we can answer it directly. We might answer it here in the show notes, or we might gather a whole bunch together for a question and answer podcast episode sometime in the future. Thanks again for listening. Thanks again for spreading the word. Music is by Weston at Make My Anthem. Art is by Chris Daly at Daily RPG. And without further ado, let's get back to the episode, and after which, go out and make life an adventure. Does she always have the flower crown, or is that just for this occasion?
Just for this occasion, God.
Okay.
What kind of
did you cobble one together just now, or
well,
during the
her
short
hat
rest?
normally has like a sunflower on it.
Make
but
a
like
tinkering
she
check.
just,
All right.
Anyway,
Somehow
so
she's
she
wearing
writes,
a flower
she
crown.
writes "No War" on her breast, and
With the charcoal?
with the charcoal.
Okay.
Yes.
I think things like a flower crown appearing on Maya's head probably happen regularly enough that you guys don't really question where
No,
that
they
came
just show
from.
up. So she goes out and she starts banging the drum and she says, "Stop the
They are
war!"
on their guard, obviously, being guards, and having this person just walk up to them like, in defensive stance, eyeing you.
But she did like
Very
she's obviously like
confused
she's
looking.
not attempting to attack them. She just says, "Stop the war, give peace a chance. You shouldn't hit, you should try to dance." And then I'm gonna go ahead and use my friend's cantrip on one of the guards, so I have an advantage on all of my charisma checks.
Okay,
On it.
so if the song's coming first, go ahead and roll performance performance for the first roll and
Okay.
persuasion for the second roll to see if they get the message of the song.
Coach is hiding in the bushes.
All right, so my performance is a dirty 20.
Nice. They're very impressed looking.
She's
Like they definitely they went on their guard and then kind of started bobbing a little bit to the music and kind of danced. They both have spears. They kind of moved along with the spears.
she's a compelling,
Yeah.
this is what.
But
she
do they
does.
really get it? Do they really get it? Because sometimes you have to listen to a song a few times to really get the lyrics. So go
OSO
ahead.
really set up a
like-
nice
like-
performance this time.
It's like Fleetwood Mac. Like you don't really get it on the first listen.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll persuasion also.
Oh no, that's a 9.
That's not terrible. 9 total with your bonus?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that is kind of terrible. So it doesn't look like they get it.
It was a 2, but
Wow.
and then plus my 7.
Also, not totally clear what their understanding of. I'm assuming that song was in common and not like orc.
Listen, music is universal, Jack.
Yeah. Well, they got the music, but you don't quite know what they don't send a team
But I'm
to
gonna
be. They're not making their
I'm
own
gonna
flower
pull a
crowns or
flower
anything.
out of my flower crown and present it to them.
All right, so they both stare at it, and then one of them reaches out and takes it gently from you, and then sniffs it, and then eats it,
So
and then kind of munches it a little bit, and then bleh, it didn't taste good. But they're not yet. They're not in a. You've definitely got that close to them without them stabbing you or anything.
Yeah.
I'm not considering you to have cast friends yet, but that's a 1 minute cantrip at the end of which they realize you cast a spell on them. So
I'll hold on that
You can
then.
decide whether you want to pull the trigger on that, so to speak. All right, where do we go from the flower thing?
Coach still in the bush, just kind of waiting. Try not to rustle too much.
I'm
It was
gonna.
one of her better performances. You've seen more of the Maya.
Oh, dang it.
I'm going to hold my hands out, like coming for a hug.
And while the guards are distracted with Maya, Lyra has slipped around them. Can she do that stealthily?
I thought we were going in the back.
Or we're going to go in the back.
The back of the camp.
Yeah, so roll stealth again, both of you. Uh-oh.
I rolled a 1.
He rolled a 1.
No!
I
Natural
rolled
one.
an 8, which with my bonus is a 15. My stealth bonus.
All right, well, so I think the two of you, if you're in the same spot, will collectively consider that to be like an 8 or so. Or really, like, with Gravely taking the main fault for not doing that. So
I'm really nervous about the orcs, and I'm just like all these sort of orc memories come back to me from being picked on as a little orcling, and I was like,
PTSD.
I really
Orc
don't.
anxiety.
I'm having second thoughts about this. Lyra.
No, you're doing great. You're
No,
doing
they're
great.
much bigger than me. Their
right,
tusks are so
so-
much bigger than mine.
So one of the orcs is definitely going in for the hug, but then here, like out of the side, just as Gravely and Lyra would have like cleared their field of vision, sneaking around the fence to the side, looking for another entrance, they totally see Gravely looking back at them, kind of like anxiously, and they're like,
Who's that? What's going on here?
one of them says that, not the one who's going in for the hug. The
he
one who's
speaking-
going in for the hug stops, doesn't go in for the hug, but looks a little sad about it. That's also the one that ate the flower.
He kind of wants to give this half-naked elvish woman a hug. He's
Don't
like,
hug her. Get back there.
quit
Krog.
blocking me.
Are they speaking common?
That one is.
Okay.
So the angry one that saw Gravely is speaking common. Krog is the one that tried to hug Maya, and he looks kind of sad and backs off.
I can't believe that almost worked.
I'll say to Lyra, let me talk to him, and in Orcish I will say, friends, we are traveling performers, and we are looking for an audience.
Maya
And
is elated.
And has no idea what's being said.
we are also in need of supplies and advice. Grunt, grunt.
Call over. What do you mean we? Everybody get out here right now.
Coach, come on out. Don't hit.
Coach stands up. Fine. He's got his 2 warhammers in his hand. Click, click on his back. Kind of, bumps out of there.
And if I know any kind of
The other one too. I see you.
Lyra steps from the shadows and stands beside Gravely and puts a hand on his shoulder and gives the orcs her most winning smile.
All right. Well, what do you all play?
Is he speaking common now?
as a half orc, half orc, would I know any kind of orcish like things that culture would be into, musically and or performance wise? Like,
Sure, roll nature with advantage.
nature. Well, it's 0.
But it's advantage.
Okay, a 10.
All right, you know some orc stuff, and they like to beat on things generally, so a lot of drumming happens in orc culture. It might have been why Maya's approach went so well. And loud abrasive horns now and then if you're going to get some real ensemble work going.
Right. Well, my friend over here.
There's a lot of chanting generally when you get into vocals
My
and sort of
friend-
grunting.
Yes, my friend Maya over here is actually a drummist, and she can play the drums. And our large burly friend over there is named Coach, and he can hit things.
Yeah, I'm also an
He
aspiring
said
singer.
what you understood them to say between Krog and Max was like, oh, he hits things. Oh, yes, I hit things too. I like to hit things.
They like it that you hit things.
Oh, yeah, I hit things. You guys have very nice rectus femoris.
I translate that into Orcish.
Do you understand what that is in common? It's a muscle. Do you point to your rectus femoris at that
Yes,
point?
it's just sitting right on top of the femur.
Okay. Leg muscle. So like, and And
Lyra hasn't
Krog
coughed.
kind of makes the like. He points to his. He has a hammer on his back.
Oh, come
and it's
on.
like,
Show
I
them your
hit things
hammers.
too.
Oh yeah,
It's a
well,
gesture.
this one is magical, and this one is not. And yeah, you can even hit them together.
Oh, nice.
And you know we could use some very strong burly fellas like yourselves.
Are we friends now? Maya's still got her arms open, like she's not letting go of the opportunity for a hug.
This is still just in hug mode.
She knows what she came for.
All right, Maya, roll persuasion again. Just try to finish your hug.
It's an 11.
11 total. You know what? Krog's gonna go for it. He'll give you a gentle hug. Oh,
He smells.
he does smell
But Maya's into it.
sweaty and dirty and,
Oh,
and
totally her
orcish.
type.
And he holds it for a little bit too long, but Maya might be fine with that.
She's into it.
You can tell Krog
Kinda
hasn't
making
been
me
hugged.
uncomfortable.
Krog hasn't not been hugged enough in his life, and he's really just like gonna absorb that.
Aw.
Taking a note from Maya, Coach is gonna go over with his arms open.
All right,
Come here, you big lug.
Manx does not look like a hugger so much, and is still holding a
Gravely nods
spear
his head
towards
like,
you.
no, no,
So roll persuasion with disadvantage.
no,
The other
bad
orc.
idea.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that went about as well as I thought it was gonna be. That's a 5 and a 6. Minus
Well, that's not gonna do it then.
-1, so that's a 4.
So as you move towards him with arms extended, he just like adjusts his spear, so you'd have to like walk right into the spear, and you realize, oh no, I guess that's.
I guess
not
this is
gonna-
more Maya's thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's clarifying his personal.
Wait,
space.
what were you wanting from them?
Want? Oh, no. I just wanted to make sure that they were okay.
Yes,
We saw the fire, so we were worried.
the smoke.
Oh, well.
And it looks like your numbers have been depleted. Is everyone fine? Do you need any assistance?
No, we're good. Yeah, they left.
Oh,
know, this morning.
Where'd they go?
Well, we're not really,
Oh,
we
come
kind
on.
of just work for them, so.
I
this
don't
is-
believe that for a
This is
second.
our job here.
Right. We understand.
You look way too smart for that.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Has
We are
anyone-
frankly a lot smarter than them, so. But, honest day's work,
Oh, my goodness, look at that bicep. Do that
Oh,
again.
oh.
Do that again. Move your arm.
He flexes.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah,
No.
do that again. That was very nice.
Oh, here, let me give you both of these guns right
Oh
here.
wow! Yeah,
Yeah.
you could be
Shows
using
his
those
biceps.
arms for lifted.
Really?
For,
Make it a good honest wage, like you said.
Well, I mean, we're doing okay at this.
Well, you're doing
Yeah.
okay, but you just imagine working in the mines. How swole you'd get.
The mines?
Yeah.
What kind of mines?
They're up north. You move rocks around.
Oh.
It's
look at
it's
that.
He
awesome.
translates for Krog. It's like, oh, he wants us to go move rocks around. And Krog in Orcus is like,
Oh, I move rocks. Ah. Yeah.
Yeah, just think you'll be the biggest ones there.
Like big rocks or.
Oh, they've got big rocks. They've got some medium rocks. You can even throw some of the small medium rocks.
Ooh.
Yeah, right. And then you can like make those and then we turn them into stuff. It's just the best.
Looks like you fellas carry around a lot of heavy chests. Have you carried around anything interesting lately?
Well, no, I mean, the crew and I, we were just hired to guard this here perimeter. And said, I mean, I guess this job's supposed to be wrapping up today. So
Who are you
if you got
guarding
another
it
gig
from?
for us, we might be pretty interested.
These are other
What was
orcs
that?
that went away that you were talking
Oh,
about.
no, not it works now.
Oh.
Who might be your employer?
Oh, well, they're, I mean, I don't know who pays us. That guy, he was an orc, actually, but we don't.
What is he now?
Well, I mean, like, he's still an orc. We
Oh,
just
he's
don't
still-
know
okay, yeah.
who he is right now.
Okay.
He's called, it was, Kobar was his name, but, not the big furry guys. They're, Well, I don't know what they are,
Big
but
felly guys.
yeah.
Like a owlbear.
No, not an owlbear. It's not a guy. That's a bear that has the head of an owl.
Right. How silly of
We
us.
defeated one of those earlier. Very vicious.
Oh, nice. He gives you a little fist bump.
A little
Gravely
fist is
goes
way
back
bigger.
like 5 inches.
Hey, you look a little orc yourself, little guy.
I am. Shows his tusks.
Pulls
Gives
down
it like
his
a little
bottom
smile.
lip.
Goes,
Well,
yes,
that's
I'm
cute.
only half orc. Half of a half orc.
Oh, well, that's a third is as good as a
Be a fourth.
third is a
Sure.
fourth of well, that's good enough for me anyway. So
Thank you, brother. Do you mind if we come into the camp and take a look around? Maybe we could assess your security threats and see if we can help out.
I did need to take a short break for my daily prayers.
Yes, she's very religious.
Very
I
religious.
don't know. I'm probably not supposed to allow that. Roll persuasion again on can we come into the camp?
Me?
Yeah, gravely.
Well,
With advantage because of your
Good.
newly established orc brotherhood.
Well, good. I'm -1 on persuasion. So. Oh, 19
Ooh.
and a 3. So,
So 18? All right. So, well, I guess they're all gone right now. I guess you can come in.
Thank you.
All right. Not too long, though.
Oh, yes, we'll be very quick.
And they kind of like open up and let you in the gates. And there's a couple of other orcs around the perimeters of the camp, but he kind of gives them the okay signal to let you guys go in.
Maya is still in her undergarments. She just kind of marches into camp.
Coach hands each one of the orcs a small little tablet. It's pretty small. It's about a couple inches by a couple inches, and it just has the address of the mine on it. It's really vague, like terribly vague. There's gonna be wandering around forever, but it's kind of in the vicinity. It's like northern mountains. Like look for Farnak.
So
Northern Mountains, Snowy Peak, Thardak.
I don't know if we ever fully clarified exactly why Coach is asking everybody what of their job. So he is sending them to.
Yeah,
He's recruiting people to work in the mine he's from, right?
Yeah, that's why they sent me out because we were running a little bit low. All the dwarves want to do up in the colony now is play their little magic games and not really want to do anything of worth to the community. So we're having to look outside of that now.
All right.
He
so
explains to everybody in the group
They look at the little tablet and they're
again
like,
for the 70th time.
All right.
and you head on into the camp. And what you see in the camp is largely a big empty war camp. There's there's not really a lot of tents. There's some fires. There's some discarded food. It looks like a lot of meat and bones kind of spread around and pretty widespread. So depending on where you look, there's different stuff. There is one kind of tent set up towards the middle.
Lyra, this was a great idea. Like just these nice orcs. I was expecting, a lot more resistance. I mean, you over there, Gravely, you're saying that they were mean and they were bad. These two guys are great.
No, they're wonderful.
Yeah, well, you know what I say. You can never judge an owlbear by the cover.
I've never heard you say that.
Oh, really? It's funny.
Maya's gonna sit down with a group of the orcs and start drumming and trying to compose a song for them about them.
Okay.
Because we're here. She's like, okay, mission accomplished.
based on your success with them thus far, you can get 2 or 3 of them to kind of sit down and bang on things with you
Okay, sweet.
and create a little drum circle.
That sounds
Lyra,
couple
I
of
suggest
orcs.
if you're going to find something, you do it quickly and then we get out.
I think you're right, Gravely.
I'm not good at finding things, but I'm good at taking things.
Lyra starts to walk toward the biggest tent in the center of the camp and tries to finagle her way in.
Pretend it's a bathroom, if anybody asks.
Oh, look at me. I'm so well hydrated.
That's very important.
Pardon me. I have to use the little girl's room.
It's probably in there. I'll stand out
The little
here, make sure
Tiefling's
no one
room.
comes in.
Oh, thank you.
Doo-doo-doo.
All right, so there's an orc at the entrance to this camp, and I guess roll persuasion on using the ladies' room, which he doesn't understand what it is that you're asking.
Ooh, 18 plus persuasion 3. So 21.
So this guy just stares at you as you say words that you don't really have a strong sense that he understands, and he looks up to Manx, who seems to be kind of in charge, and Manx was the orc you've been talking to, and Manx gives him the whatever. It's not really a thumbs up. It's just I don't really care, and he's trying to make out the tablet that Coach gave him, and so the guy's like, okay, whatever, and he lets you into the tent.
Yes. Lyra slips past him into the tent and immediately starts searching in the tent.
So what you see in there is there's some rolled up carpets laid out and a table, and on the table are some maps and papers and things, and there's also a chest in the corner of a tent, which is roundish. So on the side of the tent, there's a chest.
I take a quick glance at the maps on the table because I have a really good memory, I think. And then
So did you go in alone, or what was Gravely doing?
Gravely
going with
Outside,
her?
kind of making sure no one goes in.
Okay. Sure. So you look at the maps on the table, and what you see, you recognize because you have been to the town of Respite. It's a crude map of the town of Respite with some X's and kind of sketches around, the main gates and the walls that are around the town. There's sort of arrows and X's and things drawn.
Interesting. Okay, I go over to the chest on the side of the tent, and I try to pick the lock.
Sure, roll. Let's see. She knows how to pick locks. Good that somebody does. That's going to be sleight of hand, dexterity. Just do a sleight of hand roll.
I think you get double your proficiency as well. So it's your dex modifier plus your proficiency plus 3, 13.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it takes you a little while, but you're not really rushed because you're alone in the tent, and eventually it clicks and it's unlocked.
I push the lid open.
And monster jumps out. No, it's just a regular chest. So it looks like there was more in it initially, but right now there's a couple of empty bags, and there's one bag that has some coins in it. Looks like it's divvied up to pay people, maybe the orcs or other people involved in the camps. But you do find two little satchels, each with 15 gold pieces in them.
Yeah, I'm going to take those.
Already?
I slip the coins into my pocket. I close the chest and relock the lock. And then I make my way back out.
As the coins go. Chung, chung, chung,
Yeah.
chung.
Oh wait, are there drawers in the desk that the maps are on?
No, it's just a table.
Okay. Yep. I make my way back out.
Okay. So you head out past
Yep.
the orc. Gravely.
Well, I feel so much better. I have to thank these orcs for their hospitality, but I do think we've impeded long enough,
Yes,
don't
we
you
should
think?
probably go.
Maya's
Maya?
currently leading the orcs in a therapeutic screaming session to allow them to release
They're
their
really
rage.
good at that.
Yeah. No, they're really they're going. I mean, I'm assuming they're going with it. She's like, yes. So this is much more healthy than trying to hit things. You just get it out, and then afterwards we hug. I will hold you. You can cry.
You have to open the jaw.
Coach is slipping his little tablets into their pockets. Call me. Yep. Go ahead.
You're a maybe.
Fantastic. You better not. No, you look sick.
Well, Maya, Coach, I think that we have overstayed our welcome
Yep,
long
we
enough.
should probably head out. Things to do.
So soon, but We're gonna do another screaming round.
Oh, these gentle orcs need to work, right? You know, they don't go to your work and tell you to scream. So.
I'd like to ask Manx or Grod.
Krog.
Krog?
was the one doesn't seem to speak common.
I was
Manx
like,
was the other one.
Do you know where the hunting party was headed by chance?
Not really. Krog
All right.
doesn't.
Well,
Didn't sound like Manx did either.
good luck to you, and I think you should take Coach up on his offer. It's quite a good deal.
You have a pretty good sense that like you've done a pretty good sales job on these orcs, and they might be heading up to the mines. There's about 10 of them altogether.
Ooh.
Benefits and everything.
Heading
All
toward
right.
the mines.
Good luck, and I give him like
Bunch
a
of
little
orcs.
orcish not a head bump, but whatever the equivalent of like a fist bump is.
Lyra
right.
reluctantly starts putting her clothes back on.
They just touch teeth.
I like jump
Tusk bump. All right, so you guys are leaving the
up,
camp.
like a forearm grab.
Yep.
All right, Maya's closed again.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I think we're
Well, that was quite nice.
gonna get far away enough from camp, and I'll say, Lyra, what did you find in that tent?
Nothing. I mean, besides these 20 gold coins.
Oh,
I did see something a little interesting, though. They had a map of what looked like respite on the table.
map of respite
It was all marked up. I don't know what it meant.
marked up. That might be a bad thing if they're planning on maybe attacking the town.
Well, it had the gates circled and arrows in and arrows out and X's over probably the...
But they seem so nice.
Yeah, that's definitely a war strategy. Yeah, I've seen that many times.
Why would they want to
dwarves.
attack the town? I mean,
No.
there's nothing there except a couple of hidden magic people.
Listen, sometimes when people are not given enough love as children, they grow up to have very, very antagonistic, violent tendencies, and they have to communicate that rage externally.
And some people just like to kill things and take stuff.
Yes, especially
Isn't that
orcs.
right, Lyra?
Oh, yeah. 100%. Yes. But look, I don't think we can worry about the town right now. We didn't find the portal that you guys wanted to find, and I'm just not sure what that hunting party is up to. I don't think we should just trust that it's something good.
We could track them. I mean, I could track them, probably. It's pretty easy since there are a bunch of them. And they're probably not being terribly stealthy.
So you should be able to track them. Certainly, you realize that the whole war party left. It should be very obvious
Fresh
which way they
tracks.
went, and you're not really detecting that they left the gates.
Are they, if I look for tracks, are they heading in the direction of the town or somewhere like otherwise?
Like there are no tracks. Like it should be real obvious to like not a ranger, but like anybody should be able to see if like 100 sets of feet or so walked off in which direction they went. They would seriously trample stuff, and doesn't look like that.
Yeah, did they go that? No, there's nothing.
They should be somewhere. I mean,
That's strange.
maybe they went through the portal.
Well, then why would respite be circled?
I don't know. I still think we should go back there.
Maybe
How-
they did not mean to go through the portal, but they went through it anyways.
That'd be a really big portal. I mean, the ones we got through, we barely got through.
Well, it was cast by a small
Hate that guy.
weasel man of some kind.
Ugh.
Sontag was not so bad.
Sontag, yeah.
Well, I mean, we should probably go back and warn the town if there was some kind of war planned against it, right?
Well, but what
But I
do you...
have to change my costume too.
Yeah.
Sure, there's that.
That only happens 4 or 5 times a day.
I totally agree with you, Coach. I think that that's a great idea. However, devil's advocate, if we go back to the town, we could be in harm's way if they are going to attack. Wouldn't we do better by leaving and going in the opposite direction and not putting ourselves in any danger whatsoever?
There's like little girls there. You just want the orcs to kill the little girls?
Well,
Why does it have to be little girls? There are little boys too.
I didn't see any. Well, I saw a bunch of big little
There are
boys.
little boys as well.
Okay.
Well, we have friends there now. I mean, we have people that we've made acquaintances with. That it might just be worth it to warn them at least.
well,
That's all.
what are you going to warn them, though?
That
You
orcs
could
are
cause.
coming.
Well,
orcs are coming. The orcs are
sure.
coming.
Yeah, is there a reason you do not want to go to respite?
Yes, you seem very reluctant.
Me?
I
How
want
could you say
to
such a thing?
do a insight, I'm guessing.
Well, Gravel's going to go ahead and say, and earlier I don't think you were telling the truth. Even though you are very pretty, but you're not very convincing.
Wait a minute. Did you just say I was very pretty?
Tell us the truth.
I have been nothing but honest.
Can I?
My roll insight.
Okay. Oh, that's a nat 20. Oh. +3.
Rip off that mask.
I thought we were best friends.
She doesn't seem very honest, does she? I can't really speak totally for Jessica and her thoughts. You definitely know she's fully been to respite. Definitely knows where it is. Doesn't sound like she's been there lately, and I mean, your sense is that she's just kind of saving her own skin. You're not sure quite if she is
Lyra.
avoiding. Is she avoiding? Mm-hmm. All right, she's definitely avoiding.
Lyra,
Yeah.
you remember how we said we were going to be best friends?
Yeah.
That meant something to me. Did it mean something to you?
Oh, come on, Maya.
Listen, whatever it is, I will not judge you for it. I just want you to be open and honest with me. This is how friendship works. Let me friend you.
Do you know the Abbey?
Do I know the Abbey?
You don't really know about the Abbey?
No, do not tell me more.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess I did have to trade part of my soul to find out about the Abbey, and I'm giving this to you for free. So this is definitely best friend material.
I will make you a necklace later.
Good. I have just the thing I want to put in a necklace. Anyway, there was something at this Abbey that I desired. So I went and I got it. And the people there weren't too happy with me. I might have had to lie and pretend like I was a novice and a devotee there until they fully accepted me, and then I betrayed their trust and totally hurt them in the worst possible way. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I wasn't really listening. But anyway, I found something of great value, and I have it with me, and if I go near them, they'll kill me. Or try to.
Lyra, you have stolen something?
I didn't steal it. I took it when it wasn't mine.
Well, I mean, I
feel like
guess
that's-
in some cultures, perhaps it's...
We
Yeah.
told her that it was a safe
that's definitely
space.
stealing. I mean, I wouldn't really beat around the bush with that one. That seems pretty underhanded there.
Well, but who can really ever own something?
The
She
Abbey.
does make a very good point.
Owners?
No, well,
Well-
I mean, they work hard for their things. They find them. They've cherished certain things, right?
Well, surely the Abbey stole it from somebody else. I mean, they've
they-
been pillaging forever.
Are they coming to look for you to get it back?
So to clarify locations, so she has been at this abbey, which is not in the town of Respite, but it's nearby, and she
Oh,
is confident that there would definitely be looking for her
Okay.
and the lost thing in Respite. But she was on her way out of town
You have
with whatever it is
disappointed
she took from the abbey, not wanting to really go back there.
Lyra, I thought you were better than that.
I am better than that.
Huh?
Lyra,
Yeah?
I appreciate your honesty. We are still best friends, but I do not trust you.
But I told you the truth.
Yes, but you did a bad thing.
It wasn't the worst thing I've ever done.
If you want to make it up to me, we have to go and we have to give it back.
Give it back?
Yes.
No! How about this? I'll give you 10 gold coins if you just
Don't
forgive me.
want your
Why
money.
don't you tell us what it is? If it's something important, if it has value in the greater good of the world, maybe we can figure out the best course of action.
Would you believe me if I said it was a book?
Is it a book?
No, it's not a book. I lied to you again.
Lyra, you gotta keep doing this.
I'm sorry. It's a really hard habit to break.
All my trust is just melting away.
I've never had friends before.
We're friends.
Right?
Did you not just hear? Of course, we are best friends. We just talked about
Well, I
this.
know you are, but I've never really. I mean, besides these two, I've never really had another friend.
What about Steve?
Well, Steve, we don't know where he is. We're looking for him.
I'll be your new Steve.
Please don't.
You don't have to be.
No, he was
He's
kind
kinda
of a
hard to-
handful, to be honest.
Okay.
Let's just
Yeah, I mean, you're sneaky like he is, but you're much better looking.
What did you take from the Abbey?
Lyra pulls out a leather pouch that's hanging on a necklace from under her tunic, leather armor. And she opens the pouch and she pulls out a bone, two bones that are about the size of a pointer finger.
You stole a chicken wing and you ate it.
No,
That's nothing to be ashamed about. I mean, we all need to eat.
this is the finger bone of Saint Ignacio.
Oh, Saint Ignacio!
You stole a finger.
Yes.
Do you know how
It's kind of
Saint
hilarious,
Ignacio-
actually. What?
What?
I mean, like we could find. I mean,
Here, let me show you what it does. Okay, show 'em what it does.
Ooh, she does, yes. So she grasps that finger within her hand and she uses it to cast. And she suddenly doesn't look like Lyra, but she looks like Coach. She looks exactly like Coach.
Oh,
Oh, I've had this dream before.
what did you do to Coach? Coach!
Coach is still there.
I'm right here.
Wait,
No, I'm right over here.
does she sound like Coach?
Not at all. I mean, she's trying to impersonate him. She sounds like she just sounded.
Turn
I've
into
been
me!
waiting for this moment.
You are the most beautiful creature I've ever seen.
I love your calves.
I love your calves.
This is weird.
Isn't it perfect?
This is very powerful.
This is the best day of my life.
Mine too.
Do you know what we could get into with this power? We could go to vaults or castles or any number of things. They would never know. We could walk right
We
in.
could finally do my one-woman show, but as two women.
Yeah.
But there's a bigger problem here, and is that you still stole it, and they're still looking for you.
Yeah, and you just want to use it to steal more stuff? That doesn't sound like me at all.
No, technically, my staff is technically stolen, so I do not know if we are necessarily in.
From an
wait a minute,
evil
but
hag.
there was an evil hag, and we
Well,
defeated it. And,
Well, but technically, I
stole
do
a
owe
child.
it for Ariadne.
Well, she's not around anymore. She doesn't really, she doesn't have ownership of it.
Well, I think that you seem to be making different rules for different people, Coach.
I mean, look, we're all riding a bit of a moral thin line here, so maybe, I mean, if you tell us a little bit more about this abbey and what they were up to. I mean, if they were up to anything bad, were they kidnapping children?
Yes.
They were?
Oh, many children.
Were they sacrificing
They
them?
they were tying them to a sleigh.
Oh, my goodness.
We're gonna kill him.
Pull the sleigh around.
Oh,
If we
wait.
go there, will we see that?
Wait, that just sounds like mining.
No.
That's what we do with our. That's like PE. That's
Lyra,
like physical
wait,
education.
are you lying again?
Yeah.
Lyra.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know, it is
Hate
convenient
this.
that your name kind of sounds like Lyra.
Oh, that's a low blow. Because your name sounds like my best friend.
Oh, I love you so much. I hate you too, but I love you.
Wait, what about Steve? I thought we were supposed to be looking for a portal.
Yes, well, I don't think we're going to. What time of the day is it?
It is early
3 a.m. by now.
afternoon ish. It's definitely would be time to turn around and head back if you're going to make it back to the town of Respite, which she did just describe a map of that had clear markings of like
Lyra?
maybe this army was planning to attack it.
Leo, I have a proposition for you.
Yes.
I do not know how comfortable I am with the fact that you have taken this from people who, for all intents and purposes, we believe are probably not bad people. That being said, you are my best friend.
And we want to trust you.
I want to trust you. So you are saying that they are looking for you, oui?
We
But you have a necklace that will let you look like anyone. So if you were looking to hide, you have the ability to do so. I do not see why you could not put on a disguise and come back with us so we can make sure the town is safe.
We'll check on the town. Maybe we'll look into your story a little bit and see if we can't iron things out.
Oh, that would just be wonderful. I would just love that if I could stay with you guys. And to show how sorry I am, Lyra pulls out 2 leather bags from her pocket. I'm going to donate my life savings that I have worked so hard.
No, that's all right. You don't.
No, these 30 gold coins, I have scrimped and saved my entire life. I have broken my back, and I want to donate these to a children's orphanage for almost very sick children.
Lyra, don't lie.
I stole it from the orcs.
I know.
Wait, how are the orcs going to get paid now?
We need to find out what's happening with the town.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Maybe if they are not paid, they will be more likely to go see the man.
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's go back to Respite.
Yay!
Okay, so you hustle back to Respite and get there close to sundown. And as
As a
you
natural
approach,
explorer, I ignore difficult terrain and anybody that's with me.
you totally do all that. You rush along
Are you
as
saying
fast
you
as can
ignore
be.
the terrain or you ignore us?
Difficult terrain.
But maybe we're what make it difficult.
The terrain is very easy to move along. You guys move with him, but he's a jerk the whole way. Just like doesn't make conversation, no small talk.
He's always like this.
Good. Tell me more about
Really
hydration.
arrogant.
I am trying to be a little bit more impressive to
Showing off a
Lyra.
little bit?
Yeah. Just a little bit.
Like, oh, I know that kind of berry. You can eat that. Don't eat that. Oh, jump on this.
Don't
This
eat
can
that
make
one.
this
Avoid
one's
that.
good for
That's
toilet
poisonous.
paper.
Go. Good. Keep going. Yep.
So, but as you approach the town, you start to grow concerned because you are able to see more smoke above the town than you generally would. As you approach it, it's getting towards sundown, and as you get closer still, you start to get in view of the town, and you see definitely that smoke is rising from the town. As you get, that's what you're able to see before it's in view. You can see more and more. That seems like there's fires there. But as you approach in view, it's kind of cleared out for a ways, so you can see the town before you're really super close to it. You can see that a section of the wall is down. In fact, it looks like the section close to where you had previously climbed over the wall and into the meadow to find Sindel. There's fires. As you get closer, you can hear screaming because the town of Respite is definitely under attack right now.
Well, at least this is why I protest.